Kasper. I'm the Managing Director of e-residency, and welcome to our anniversary, 3 years of e-residency. Please follow me. This is our office. All the guests here are actually your service providers, the services and companies who offer services to you. You may know some of them. We have here also member of parliaments. We have here e-residency team. Follow me. Hi. This is our office space. Our team of marketing communications up there. Our dear president, Mr. Kaljulaid. You have heard many of the stories about her and how she sees the world, which really matches our vision here at e-residence. So very proud of our new president. Let's go up. Ciao. Woo! Let's do this. This is our previous president, Mr. Ilves. 10 years. We actually made the foundations of our digital society happen. Now currently residing at Stanford. Come up the stairs. We'll have a little speaking event here also. Hi, ciao. And we can actually have the official birthday party to start. Woo! Hello everyone. Dear guests, dear e-residents, welcome to the birthday! Woo! 3 years of e-residency, and this is the new office. We have been here just for a few months. Usually we have 14 people here. Today most probably around 200. So lucky you who are first ones here. Dear e-residents, thanks for joining us digitally. Next year, come along, visit us here. You're always welcome in our office space. We have many e-residents working here actually quite often. Today, it's a day of celebrations, the day of reflections. Let's see how we are doing, what are the challenges, what do you think about us, and maybe we can promise you also something, and definitely we would like to give you one gift. So we have one gift for all the e-residents today. I'll also invite to the stage Mai from Police and Border Guard, and we have one special e-resident guest also today who will share her story. So 3 years ago there was a vision to have 10 million e-residents by 2025, and exactly 3 years ago, exactly the same hour, we had our previous President, Mr. Ilves, giving the first e-residency card to British journalist Edward Lucas. And it was a very special moment. The card, it's first time I'm actually saying it out loud now. The first card didn't work. We had to print a new one because there was some error. But this is a great example of how e-residency was born. We went out to the market to learn from you. What do you want out of us? What services you want? What legislation you want? And throughout the 3 years, like you have seen, we have changed over 10 laws. We have developed new services, new processes, and we are still on the go. It's a never-ending story. And today you have 27,000 of you. And our mission is not anymore 10 million e-residents. Our mission is to offer you the best business environment in the world. And we have actually over 2,700 companies established by you already. Altogether we are running 4,500 companies. And it's quite exponential over month-over-month growth. So as a nation state, it's pretty awesome to achieve month-over-month growth. Today is one special day also because there was Deloitte who published the research how profitable is e-residency for Estonia. I do not want to brag about how Estonia becomes rich from e-residency because it's you who pay. but having said that, you do consume lots of services from those Estonian companies who are here. You do sometimes pay taxes if you hire people here. You do visit us sometimes through tourism. All of together those services generate new revenue to Estonia. And Deloitte's research group showed that within first 3 years you have created profits of 13 million euros in Estonia. And with the estimations what we have today, by 2025 we have generated 1.8 billion euro value to Estonia. And this is huge for the state of Estonia. And why it's important to you is, again, not that to show that Estonia will become wealthy, but to give you the confidence that this program has a long way, because it's so profitable to Estonia and to other nations, that's why we are helping other nations to copy that now, because it just makes sense to digitally open the borders to everyone. And then you can believe in this program, you can believe that we will stay there for the next coming years, and we'll invest even further and further in next coming years. So who are today's e-residents? I'll give you just a few examples of few. We have startup entrepreneurs like Deepak who wanted to access the EU capital. Through that, they managed to build the startup and got funding. We have digital nomads like Shayla, who is doing consultancy jobs, living in different places around the world, taking the company as a pocket with her. So she doesn't need to open a new company every time she enters the new market. We have blockchain entrepreneurs. Peter here is from the UK, and e-residency used for KYC background checks. And also, of course, with the crypto world now and all the initial coin offering worlds, we do try to become the nation for the ICOs and the nation if we want to launch them. But this is a longer story, which hopefully will come back beginning of next year, actually. We have lots of freelancers, like Olga here, living in Ukraine. She became e-resident to invoice one of the EU customers. After that, she was all open to other EU market, and now most of her customers are coming from the EU and leveraging the EU platform while still living in Ukraine. We have businessmen inside the EU who are doing that for lower costs. Actually, Oleg won as the best telecom company in Estonia this year. Was e-resident company, not the Estonian company. And he does that because he sometimes moves to different nations, but still the administration of the cost is the lowest using this. And we have Arzu, and the special guest is Arzu today. Let's invite Arzu to the stage, please. We met Arzu in Turkey. We were invited to Startup Istanbul. We had many sessions there, and we asked if there are local e-residents there who want to share the story. So Arzu shared her story, and we found it pretty fascinating. So we invited her to visit us during our birthday. So Arzu, please share your story.
Thank you, Kaspar. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you. My name is Arzu. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. I have a travel company established through e-residency in Estonia. It's called Walks in Europe OÜ. It's a very young company established back in March, so it's like 9 months old. What we do is we offer guided walking tours throughout Europe in 12 different cities. Tallinn is number one. We have 5 walking tours in Tallinn. Then the usual suspects, we have Rome, Venice, Florence, Athens, Amsterdam, Lisbon, and of course Istanbul. Istanbul is home. Original company is Walks in Istanbul. That's how we started. I'm a professional tour guide. Back in 2015, business was business, and we had 600 tours in the year, and I was able to create business for 12 different tour guides. But things happen very quickly where we live, and the business atmosphere changed very quickly as well. It became a place where people didn't want to travel anymore. There were travel warnings, so people didn't come and visit Turkey anymore, so we lost our business. Very little number of people we were still able to reach, but they weren't able to pay us because PayPal stopped operating too. So you want to do business, but there's nothing you can do. So we just watched this business disappear very quickly. And I started doing a lot of research. What can I do? What's the sequel to Walks in Istanbul? I did a lot of research, checked many countries. One day I was sitting in front of my computer and this beautifully designed blue page just popped up, asking questions. Do you want to do business online? Do you want to access to international payment gateways? Do you want to have existence in the EU market? And I said, yes, this is what I want. It answered all of my questions, and it looked like a very good solution to all the problems I was having back in Istanbul, not being able to do business. So I contacted one of the service providers. Then my experience with e-residency has been a very, very, very positive one and a complete success. I'm very happy that I found e-residency and the atmosphere that it created. So immediately I was able to establish a travel company, get a travel license. It is a regulated industry, like many other countries, because travel is regulated. But it was very easy to get the business license, so I can operate throughout Europe. All my business is in the Eurozone, because we only operate in European cities. After the business license, we had access to an account in Swedbank, which means my clients can pay directly to Swedbank with a credit card, so I don't lose from transaction fees. And then I can pay my guides online, and I don't lose from exchange rates and SWIFT. Because I was living out of the EU zone, and I lost a lot of money with transaction rates and SWIFT fees. So that's a big saving for me. I do accounting online myself. It's very easy, but at the beginning, to make things easier for me, I'm still using the same service provider for accounting. So it's a little bit less stress on me what's going on with money. Walks in Europe, as a limited company in Estonia, has existence at Swedbank as a tax resident. The money which stays over after the payments is still at the bank. I was able to establish this company without paying any share capital. And I don't have to until I decide I'm going to get dividends. So that's a wonderful opportunity. You can establish a company with very little money. And and then have access to all these international payment gateways. It's like a revolutionary thing for me. And it's a company running. It already created revenue for Estonia this year, although it's a very young company. I was able to sell 120 tours this year. So it's a great start, thank you. It will get better. It's slow, but yeah, we'll have more. We are ready for investment, so if anyone is...
Where do you do tours? Which cities?
Tallinn, Florence, Rome, Venice, Athens, Amsterdam, Lisbon, Barcelona, Jerusalem. Yeah, 3 more, but I can't remember them at the moment. You have to check my website, walksineurope.com, and you will see that there. You can use a discount code and get a discounted tour as you go. Of course, Istanbul, we still operate in Istanbul, although, yeah, there isn't much business going on. So I will recommend it if you're planning and if you have any questions in your mind. For my business model, it worked very well. And I think it's very efficient. So do you have any questions?
We can have chats later on. Let's give a warm applause to Arsen. Thank you. Thank you. 2 reflections from my side. First is that this feeling is the reason why we as a team in Estonia want to do this, like to hear those stories every day, how we can actually help people. This is just amazing. And second thing is that the purpose of e-residency also is the community. And the pre-notice is that we will come out with community platform next year. But do visit this website and actually make tours from that website. This is the purpose of e-residency, network and help each other with the questions about the company, administration, and also support each other's business. Because this is a very tight community, and we have seen this already happening, and this is actually the real power where it exists. Your feedback. We asked the net promoter score. It's from minus 100 to plus 100. It's this year plus 49%. Last year it was plus 33. So there is progress. We do admit at the residency that I personally at least was still a bit surprised that it's so good. While knowing all the challenges which you still need to face at some point. So very grateful for your feedback and all the negative feedback which we gave, which we received regarding what else we need to improve. So thank you for that. Our our achievements this year, what I brought 4 of them, is that month-over-month growth shows that actually this is relevant for you. First, when we started, you had to visit 4 times to Estonia. Now with banking integrations and fintech, you don't have to visit Estonia to establish and put everything together. For Estonian bank account, of course, still one visit is possible. We created a lot of materials for you, and this is what you have asked. We have blog posts, how to establish a company, how to establish a bank account, how to do taxes, like literally about everything. Go to our blog. Read those blog posts. The tax blog post is like 35-minute read. So don't do that on Friday. But on Monday, go to our blog and read our tax blog post, and it answers most of the questions. We have at least 10 more partners, service providers, offer services to you today, and many of them are here today. So if you want to become a service provider to e-residents, contact us and find a list of new service providers for you. And eventually the competition kicks in really, and all the prices, as you have seen, really go down. My last point is that today e-residence is a mature beta phase. We are still not out of beta, but at least we are mature. Core challenge is what we are facing. Of course, banking is number 1. We won't solve it within a year or so. Like the international relations in banking, it just can't stay as it is today. Like it's very difficult to open a bank account for foreigner nowadays because of banking relations. Fintech helps, but this is not the whole solution. So next year, we will surprise you with some positive news regarding this also. Tax regulations. Estonian ones are of course easy, piece of cake, automatic. But international tax regulations are not so easy. And what we'll try to do is we will try to automate your international taxes so that if you want to pay taxes in your home country, you can do it through Estonian platform. It's a long process, but we'll try to solve that problem for you also. Technology is never ready. This is a challenge which we faced already this year with ID card upgrade. All certificates were closed. Sorry, your residents. But the next day you managed to open them and renew them digitally. So now most of the e-resident cards are updated. If you haven't, do that, please. You have time until March. And we will see those things in future also. So definitely technology is never ready, and those disruptions take place. Let's consider them. And we have limited locations for you to pick up the card. And hence, I'm very happy to actually skip all my rest of the part and ask to the stage Estonian Police and Border Guard Board, Mai, and let's give a warm applause to her. And just a pre-notice that imagine how many partners we have, but definitely police is our #1 best partner at e-residence. The police is doing all the background checks of you, so all the negative people won't become e-residents. Our life a lot easier, and they are the bad guys. So please respect police.
So hello. As Kaspar said, my name is Mai Selke and I'm from the Estonian Police and Border Guard Development Department. And as it is common for Estonian public sector, everything must be strictly written down on paper, black and white. That's why I have my speech here with me, so no one can't blame me later that I said something wrong or gave too many promises to you. So the Estonian Police and Border Guard, as the issuing authority of e-residence Digi-ID, has actually 2 roles. The first is to ensure that while we are taking on board new e-residents, that they won't pose a threat to our public order or national security. And the other role is to offer a fast, comfortable and trustful service to e-residents. So, taking into consideration the security of our country, it is important actually that e-residency is granted to only those who plan to use it purposefully. Our aim for the next year is to further improve our security and background checks so that applicants with malicious intents won't have access to e-residency and won't be able to harm us. In the last 2 years, we have had a couple of cases when e-residence DigiID was misused. I can say that we were actually quite good and we reacted in a reasonable time. We discovered this misusage. But we should be able to detect them even before. We should be able to detect these misusages when they're potential. And this is to prevent both the financial damage, but also the reputation of e-residency. And I can say that this is something that we are willing to improve next year. We are going to do this. This is one of our main goals. E-residence DigiID is a government-issued document, and we cannot make it a tool for criminals. So, as I said, this is one of our challenges, but actually you, all of the e-residents, can help us. They can contribute. So if you have any information that an e-resident DigiID is potentially misused, then don't hesitate to give the information to us. It is important. But we also have, luckily, some more positive challenges also. So we are not that bad, we are not that negative only, we are not only concentrated on these background checks and malicious intents. E-residency program team is actually doing a very great job analyzing the needs of e-residents and also the needs of potential e-residents. And we agree that in order to evolve, in order to stay sustainable, we must meet the customer's needs. We must figure out how to improve our processes. For example, applying process, how to make faster the proceeding of the applications, but also how to make it more comfortable for e-residents to pick up their DigiID cards in a cost-efficient and comfortable way. So we are planning to simplify the process of reissuing DigiIDs when they are expired. I can say that at the moment, if you're applying for a new ID card, DigiID, in case your previous one has expired or become unusable for any other reasons, then a month is something that you should consider that it takes time. An e-resident can't and should not wait for 1 month to get a new ID card, a new DigiID. Waiting for a month means that he can't access his payment accounts and he can't do the necessary actions and proceedings that he needs to manage his company. And with the help of e-residency program team, we have now realized this, that yes, a month is too much for the e-residents to wait, and we must make it better. We must improve it, and this is one of our challenges for the next years. But we're also planning to move closer to e-residents with our pickup locations. So at the moment we have 36 Estonian embassies all over the world where e-residents can pick up their DigiID cards, but of course they're more than welcome to come to Estonia and to pick their card up from one of Estonian police's service points. But of course, picking up the cards many times means traveling. This means buying airplane tickets, spending your time in traveling, not that comfortable. And in mid-December, we are launching a pilot project in Seoul, South Korea, where e-residents can pick up their DigiIDs from VFS Global Visa Centers. This pilot project is essential for testing whether we can outsource the service of issuing DigiID without losing the necessary level of security and trustful. So if the pilot project is successful, our aim is to expand and have about 30 new pickup locations all over the world. This is only if the pilot project will be successful. And we actually already know the possible first 5 pickup locations where we would like to expand. And this is the first time here when all of you now will know that if the pilot project will be successful, fingers crossed, then we will have, by the end of next year or in the beginning of 2019, 5 new pickup locations. One of them in San Francisco, one of them in Sao Paulo, one in Sao Paulo, one in Dubai, in Bangkok and Singapore. So in summary, as you can see, we have big plans developing e-residency, and the years ahead will be full of challenges for sure. But we are ready and we are eager to face them with the help of our partner e-residency program team. And there is one more thing. When we are talking about police and border guard and e-residency, then we must keep in mind that in police and border guards board, we have officers who are proceeding your applications. So thank you, officers who are proceeding e-residence applications. We have officers who are responsible for the background and security checks so that the reputation of e-residency will remain high. So thank you, officers who are doing the background check and the security checks. And we wouldn't be able to develop anything without our IT team, who is located in Smith. So thank you also our IT team. Happy birthday to all the e-residents and happy birthday to the program team. Thank you.
Thanks. That's how awesome our police team is in Estonia. So. But if you do crime, they are then more serious. We have an anniversary gift to you, and this is my final note before the party can continue. So, this is what happened in October 26th in our Facebook group. Francisco asked, I'm trying to find a good icon for the footer of my website, or at least about section. I want a visual cue to identify my company as part of the e-residency community. And we thought this is a brilliant idea, and we thank Francisco for that. And this is our gift to you. Please use those icons here, put them those to your website, link them to our website, and this gives you the extra level of guarantee that you are a community or part of community, you can be trusted, your business can be trusted, your web can be trusted. And why trusted? This is because of the police work, what they are doing, the background checks. This is about the transparency. All our business environment is transparent. The owners of the company are transparent. All the digital transactions are transparent. If you have read about our infrastructure, X-Road, this is transparent. And this transparency really helps you to trust other e-residency companies. And this makes this community so powerful. So our gift to you, please use those and increase the level of trust further at the community. All in all, we are building a borderless nations here, and we have seen other nations now copying and following that. And what we really see is that nations will become service providers, where you can opt in, opt out in different nations, using different services wherever you want to use which. This makes nations to really enhance their services, and it helps your nation to enhance your services. Because if your nation is offering bad services to you, you will subscribe to other nation, and eventually you're out of business. So nations will become borderless, and they need to become a good service providers. And we are proud to help through this painful process also your nations to become as smooth as hopefully is e-residence for you. Thank you and happy birthday, e-residents.